So in Kenosha, we have the Rittenhouse case, which I believe is a textbook example of self-defense. However, there's this new angle of a possible libel lawsuit. And even the Anti-Defamation League said it couldn't find anything racist or extremist in Rittenhouse's past. So could you explain to our viewers what the legal term means and how easy or how hard it would be to prove in court for Rittenhouse's lawyers?
Absolutely, and a great question for all of our viewers. You know, under the umbrella of defamation, we have libel and we have slander. Slander is when it's an oral publication of a defamatory or hurtful statement that would hurt somebody's reputation, whereas libel is a written statement that's used and interpreted to hurt someone's reputation. So both of them would fall underneath the umbrella of defamation, and that's in fact what the attorneys are targeting here. They're saying Vice President Joe Biden, former Vice President Joe Biden, committed libel by putting this in writing on his tweet that Mr. Rittenhouse was in some way connected or is a white supremacist.
So a lot of people are concerned, will he get a fair trial? Because we're seeing a lot of censorship online on social media. For example, if you're Biden, you can get away with calling him a white supremacist without any facts. Nothing will happen to you. However, if you try and post things in support of Rittenhouse, that's when it's going to get taken down. You're going to get banned and cited by platforms such as Twitter for glorifying violence. So a lot of people are wondering, in this kind of political climate, does this affect the case at all? And does it make it more or less likely that a fair trial will happen?
Well, unfortunately, for a case to go to trial, meaning in front of a jury of our peers who will evaluate the case, there's a gatekeeper, and that gatekeeper is a judge. The defendant in any civil case would file a motion to dismiss, a summary judgment motion, in essence asking the judge to stop the case because there's not enough of a legal basis for it. So let's assume for a second that it gets past that gate and a judge says there's enough to go in front of a jury. I'm a firm believer in jury trials. I try jury trials every year in and year out for the past 20 years. And jurors usually get it right. And this is the real issue, that if Mr. Rittenhouse prevails at trial in the criminal case, we can expect significant social unrest. When we talk about the jury trial in the civil case, you can bet your bottom dollar that if it is not stopped because of a summary judgment motion by the defendants, that there will be a settlement, very similar to what CNN agreed to pay out in response to the $250 million lawsuit against its agency.
So Rittenhouse is 17 years old. I believe he's being held in jail in Illinois. His legal team right now is fighting against orders for extradition back to Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, he would be tried as an adult. How would that affect the case?
Well, what's going to happen is the defense attorneys are arguing through a mechanism called a writ of habeas corpus. This is a plea to the Superior Court or its equivalent in Wisconsin, and then also to the appellate courts to say, let's go look outside of the record in regards to this extradition. In other words, his punishment would be one that is not available in the present jurisdiction. The issue with extraditions is that there are really 3 or 4 issues. Are you the person that is being sought? Are you a fugitive, meaning are you not in the area that you're wanted? And is there a valid governor's claim signed by the governor? And in this case, of course, the governor of Illinois signed a governor's warrant to produce Mr. Rittenhouse. So unfortunately, I don't think that there will be any teeth or any real profits from the effort to fight extradition. The fight will occur in the jurisdiction of the criminal charges.